Shalom, shalom, and welcome. We're trying to get it going. There we go. And go back to, let's see, let's stop our share. Let's go back to there. All right. That's not what I wanted. Here we go. We are making progress, hopefully. Go here, here. There it is. That's what we're looking for. The sage of the ages. Shalom and welcome. Let's see if we can try this again. All right, I think we are ready. Let's see here. This, and this. And we get our little powder. And lights, cameras, action. All right, here we go. Shalom and welcome. Thank you for joining us. I know a lot of people thought we wouldn't be on tonight, but guess what? We are. Praise Yahweh. So we are going to go over. Go ahead. We are going to go over sage powder. You can get it in a big old bag or little bitty bags, but this is the powder form. Salvia officinalis is how the official name of it is, right? So let me see a minute. Okay, so sage powder. What we're trying to do and trying to accomplish is help others in their either their walk or their life or whatever it may be, right? So it's not just a you have to be a believer type of thing. I mean, it's great to be a believer and we hope you are a believer, but this is one of those things for anybody and their health, because I believe that also brings people in, people that are sick, that are looking, that they want to go to church, right? They want to come to the assembly. They want to go, and that's why sadly a lot of people come. It's not for a relationship like it should be, but a lot of people end up going because they want to be healed. They want something to be done. And in many cases, we see a lot of places they go are not doing what needs to be done. So this is another one that we found that is very helpful. And you have to take at your own risk, at your own precautions. But there is 200 to 300,000 different herbs on this earth that he has given us for healing. And then in Revelations, it talks about the healing in the leaves for the 12 tribes, right? So we know there's healing out there. And instead of it costing a fortune or going to see somebody that doesn't even know us, then maybe we can kind of help ourselves. Because many years back, before they had all the things that they have today, that's kind of what you had to do. Somebody either said, hey, this is what's wrong, or this is what's going on. And amazingly, they had these different herbs to help each other out. So sage packs a healthy dose of vitamins and minerals. A lot of these are not something to hurt you or to make you float on a cloud or do any of those kinds of things. These and the ones that I'm trying to promote are something that will help your body, that will generally help you. And most of these are on the basis of 2 to 3 weeks or a month or 3 months, or tops about 6 months, because most of these you take for a few weeks and then you stop, and then you take for a few weeks and stop. So the general dosages and the general cause, basically it's just made to heal your body. to get your body back where it needs to be. And then you go on. So 1 teaspoon, 0.7 grams of ground sage contains 2 calories, 0.1 gram of protein, carbs, fat, 0.1 grams, vitamin K. Now, this is what matters, right? A lot of people are looking at things from that stand of what all's in it. But what we want to know, or what I want to know, is what's in it that will help my body. What's going to keep my body going? Or what's going to, if you're low in vitamin K, if you're low in iron, if you're low in these things and deficiencies, then obviously you need something to fix that problem, to address that problem. So this can be one of those things. Vitamin K, 10% of the reference daily intake. Iron, 1.1. Vitamin B6. Calcium, 1%. Magnesium. A lot of these are really things that help your body either protect itself or give it a boost, if you will. As you can see, a small amount of sage packs 10% of your daily needs, basically, right? Now, a lot of us don't get any of these things because we don't eat right, right? And I say a lot of us, so the world in general, which I don't associate with the world, but just, you know, run with me on this. So basically eating McDonald's in the morning and McDonald's for lunch and then grabbing a pizza on the way home, usually there's a lot of problems. And that's why we see a lot of the obesity, a lot of things that we see, because your body gets used to partaking these things. Your body accepts it as food. Our mind says, tastes good. So from there on, that's what your body adapts to and tells you it wants more of, instead of the things that have magnesium, zinc, copper, A, C, E, K, all these vitamins that your body really needs, right? So in a way, what we're kind of doing is tricking our body into food, right? And from the garden, we see what's food. Whatever Yahweh says is food, whether we like it or not, whether we want to partake of it or not. But I think this is where the enemy has come in and really destroyed a lot of people, because we have partaken food that's not really on the menu. And that food has done so much damage to us. And that's why a lot of this is coming into play. And if we didn't know, then we didn't know, right? So we didn't know this a lot of times. We didn't know what was in our food. We really thought we was doing good by looking at the ingredients and figuring out what we thought was in it. Then come to find out, there's still junk in it. There's still color addings and all these other things that hurt your body and not help it. And I think we all know that, right? The FD, the different colorings and all these different things. What's more, that this spice houses the caffeic acid. So all these things help. And what a really big one is the lilic acid and rutin. Lilic acid alone, people proclaim they have addressed their cancer or went into remission, is what they say, off of cancer, off this lilic acid alone. Now, why don't we hear this? I think we know why, because there's not a whole lot of money in a bag of this, right? There's no doctor to go to. You can order it on eBay or Amazon and get this and take it, but you have to find, what I found is find the highest quality stuff you can get, the best. And once you learn what it is, what it looks like, you're not getting a bag of sand, you're getting something that's good for you, right? And that all makes a big difference in these things, because pure lilic acid alone in most states, believe it or not, is illegal. You can't buy this by itself. So that much means that it's pretty powerful stuff in its own right. Let's go on. Again, rich in nutrients, especially vitamin K, despite being low in calories. So I think what we're looking for is something that will really give us our bang for our buck, is what they say, right? We're looking for, and that's what I'm looking for. Honestly, I'm looking for something that can cure things, something can help us, something can help to help reverse a lot of things that we've been a part of, especially when you go into these hospitals. Sadly, you go in the hospital and the junk that they give you is junk. We was in the hospital and guess what we got? Junk. Even though we told them we don't eat it, we don't want it, guess what they brought to the room? Not one meal did they get correct. We had eggs and ham, eggs and something else, scrambled eggs and something else. And we got close with the apple. We got apple juice. So we almost got something on the menu that we ordered, but and it's nothing to them. And these people are in there obviously sick or having problems, and they're feeding them the same. You're feeding the problem if you're not careful. Oh, and don't worry about sugar, saccharin, no zero sugar drinks with all the, additives that. So it's amazing to me on seeing how good our bodies, how, it's a miracle to me that our bodies can even withstand the bombardment of junk that we're given that we think is food. It's amazing how it still recoups, how it still heals itself and gets rid of all that garbage, if you will. So let's go on. Loaded with antioxidants. Antioxidants are molecules that help fortify your body's defenses. So again, all these things that we're eating and drinking or even breathing, and you can just, eat cabbage all day or eat broccoli but you're still, when you go outside, especially if you're in a city or near city, all that stuff that's in the air, all the chemicals, all the, all that stuff that you're breathing in. So this is where your body has to get rid of that, or obviously you get sick or get a disease. And a lot of these things, Roundup, pesticides that they're even spraying down the highways and interstates now, well, we don't really get a choice to say, hey, stop, don't do that, because they're going to do what they want to do to a point. So the best thing we can do is fortify, like it says, fortify our body, help our body get rid of these things, and help ourselves do the best we can do. Because I truly still believe your body is trying to heal itself. It's trying to repair itself. With Stephanie, I mean, it's healing, it's repairing, it's doing all it can. Sometimes it needs a little bit of help. And this is what this is all about, to help your body do the best that it possibly can. So sage contains over 160 distinctive polyphenols, which are plant-based chemical compounds that act as antioxidants in your body. So instead of a synthetic pill that may hurt your liver, may hurt your kidneys, may even drop your blood pressure, raise your blood pressure, or get you to bleed, right? My dad's in the hospital this week because his blood's low. Never mind, I've been telling him 6 months, take Tudica, take this liver cleanse, and take this and take that. So he spent a week in the hospital and ended up getting blood because he just got his levels so low. So a lot of these things are we can do something to prevent it. Some things we can't. Sometimes our body just gets hit, it accepts something, you suck up some bus fumes and it goes the wrong way, and that's that. But that's where our prayer comes in too, that, and we believe the scriptures, it says, even if we're poisoned, and that has come a lot to mind recently. Even if we're poisoned, he will bring us through it, right? It won't harm us. Now, he doesn't say, he's basically just saying it won't kill us, but to learn that knowledge of what we're being a part of every day. So that means a whole lot as well, right? That means a lot of what is in our bodies. So with all that being said, let's keep on rolling. Let's see if we can get to a little bit more. May support oral health. Sage has antimicrobial effects, which can neutralize and promote dental plaque. So what we're trying to do is help ourselves and to find something that is the most useful we can find. So this is not only good for our health, for our vitamins, for vitamin K particular, and all these other ones, that it also gets rid of these harmful antioxidants, which cause cancer, which causes disease, which cause, viruses and all these things that nobody seems to want to tell us, because most of the people on the other end of this want to make a lot of money for it. So that's why, the preventative measures are just not in place like they should be. And, a lot of people say, what's that got to do with the assembly? What's that got to do with the congregation? Well, we see, the balm of Gilead. We see that he was talking, physician, heal yourself. Obviously they knew something about something to make the balm, for it to be in Gilead, for these things that they use to help each other, and the different salves, the different herbs. So I think it matters a whole lot I think it should be in the congregation. I think we should have the knowledge of these things, and then we know, and, the higher ups, the better off, so to speak. I mean, not that that means anything, but what I'm trying to say is the one that's at the pulpit preaching and teaching, the more knowledge he has, the more he can help his congregation, right? Not to hide it, not to charge people for it, but to say, hey, guess what I got in my back pocket? There you go, try this. And it may not work for everybody, but the knowledge is power. The knowledge means everything, right? So another one is you can put this on your toothbrush and use it as a toothpaste. And it helps your gums, your teeth, all these things that we say we have Crest, we say we have all these toothpaste, and yet people are still getting cavities. They're still having gum problems. They still have bleeding gums. They still have, gingivitis, all these different things. But they're saying this is just as good as neem. This can be, just as good as some of these other things. Now you have to be careful, because it may not be the same for you as it for me. It may not be the same, especially if you have a weakened immune system or something of that nature. It may be something that you really want to be cautious of, right? So one review noted that sage may treat throat infections, dental abscesses, infected gums, and mouth ulcers. However, more human research is needed. So if you're having tooth work done, or having your teeth pulled, or having something like that, I would recommend doing this even before that, because that can help the infection and help with these ulcers and help with these. And then, of course, after, for the healing, to help heal your body. That's why it's called healing herbs, right? It has properties that kill the microbes that encourage the growth of dental plaque. So a lot of times what a lot of people do anymore is they don't brush their teeth, they don't rinse their teeth. In this world that everything's at our fingertips, we forget to do what we should do with a lot of things. Or a lot of people stay up late and eat, they go to bed, and there you have a lot of plaque, a lot of cavities, a lot of things happening, and especially sugar drinks, right? Pepsi, Coke, Mountain Dew, all these things that are loaded with sugar and many other things that just ain't good for your body. Ease menopause symptoms. Now, this is good for the ladies, right? Your body experiences natural decline in the hormone estrogen. This can cause a wide range of unpleasant symptoms: hot flashes, excessive sweating, dryness, and irritability. So this can help with that as well. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get the best that we can for each one of these, right? What will help you? What will help me? What will help the wife? What will help elders, whomever we can. So let's go on. May reduce blood sugar levels. Now, a couple of these do this as well. And I think it's kind of depending on your body. Some will drop it really quickly, and some take a little while. So it kind of depends on what your blood sugar is, why. I mean, if you're eating cake and ice cream every day, then that's probably a good reason. But the big thing is that you're trying to correct your body. So I hope that if you're trying to reduce things and you're getting into real bad, real bad sugar levels, that you're not participating in cake, ice cream, and pies and a lot of that sugary stuff to begin with. So the leaves of sage have been used traditionally as a remedy against diabetes. Now, what gets me is a lot of people say this and then they do virtually nothing about it. Instead of doing all this is to help your body help itself. If you're not going to help your body, some people say, well, I took it for 2 days and it didn't do nothing. It's not a miracle drug. This ain't, a lot of these things, I say that, but it is a miracle drug. It is something that would help. But if you take 1 tablespoon of this one night and expect your diabetes to go away, then you're just looking at the wrong end of it. You're just not trying. A lot of people, they want something once and that cures everything. But if it took you 50 years or 51 years or 50 some years to get the way you are, well, all that stuff built up in your body. And a lot of these things is what the research is telling us, is that's why our bodies are so bad, is all the, say, pork, right? They say pork stays in your body 40 years. It goes in your fingernails, it goes into your hair, it goes into places that your body can't get rid of. It stores it. So what happens when your body, say you fast? When you fast, your body goes into reserve mode, and where it's stored fat and where it's stored stuff, guess what it's looking for? That resource. Well, if it's bacon and pork chops and sausage and scrambled eggs, well, guess what you're going to get? So when you fast and you're like, because a lot of people fast and they don't get the results. There has been people that has fasted for 21 days and their tumors and cancer went down, and they fasted some more and they virtually went away. So, but if you're eating garbage and you're expecting the same results as somebody who's haven't ate a cheeseburger in 20 years, you're not going to get the same results, right? So this is where a lot of people, they say, well, I've tried that and it didn't work for me. Well, what was you doing 10 years before this? Well, eating here and eating this and eating this. What's not going to be the same results, because your body stores these things. And then when you fast and you go on a fast, it recuperates itself. It draws those out. And if it's not good, what's the good old saying? Garbage in, garbage out, right? If it's going to get something, if it ain't good, it's probably going to get something that you ate sometime in the past. Anyway, let's go on and see. We do about one more here. May support memory and brain health. And this is another one that, people can say what they want, but I know a lot of people who's taken things that you smoke, and we'll just leave it at that, and their brain health is not what it should be. So in short, if you're doing things, whether it's for this or that or the other, it's hurting your brain. It's hurting your brain cells. I think them are facts and not just something saying. Now, if you're real bad off or you're real bad stages of something, but still, biblically, we're supposed to be sound mind, sober-minded, all these things. So with all that being said, we have to be careful what we put in our body, and then we can't remember things, or we say Alzheimer's, or we say old age, when that doesn't have to be, I don't believe. So let's go on. It can help support your brain and memory. For one, it's loaded with compounds that can act as antioxidants, which have been shown to buffer your brain's defense system. Now, there's a thing called the brain and the barrier, right? There's a barrier that some things will not go through and penetrate the brain. Or some drugs even. There's some diseases. There's some things that won't penetrate into the brain, and therefore brain tumors. Some of these become a very bad problem let alone it's your brain, right? Like that old commercial, this is your brain on drugs. Any questions? I mean, when it gets into your brain, that's very, very important, right? It's very cautionary effects may proceed, so uh we just have to be careful what we're taking in our body as saying it doesn't hurt us or bother us, because it may be doing exactly that. And once your brain is in bad all shape, it's very hard, just like anything else, to recover. It's really hard to bring that back to what it once was. I think we can see that with older people. Some of them, they don't get their minds back no matter what they take. So this is something that can, I would say, prevent and help that as well. Why? Because it's loaded with compounds that can act as the antioxidants, which have been shoved above your brain's defense system. It appears to halt the breakdown of the chemical messenger ACH, which has a role in memory. ACH levels to appear to fall in Alzheimer's disease. So a lot of these things, I think we've learned that a lot of the aluminum gets in your brain, and it stops your brain, it stops your memory, it stops even the thought process. So anything that can go in that brain barrier and break it and go into your brain and help your cells and your memory and all these things, I would say it's a good premeditative thing before you get old, especially if you've drank, Pepsi out of aluminum cans for 10 years. Well, that aluminum, tests say, goes into your body, which goes into your brain, which, studies showed why that causes that. We will do one more and we will call it go to prayer. In one study, 39 participants with mild to moderate Alzheimer's disease consumed either 60 drops, 2 milliliters of sage extract supplement for a placebo daily for 4 months. Those taking the sage extract performed better on tests that measured memory, problem solving, reasoning, and other cognitive abilities. In healthy adults, sage was shown to improve memory in low doses. Higher doses are also elevated mood and increases alertness, calmness, and contentedness. So again, in both younger and older adults, sage appears to improve memory and brain function. So it helps us all the way around, if you will. It's one of those things that has a multi-benefit of taking it. And it's, for what it would do, I think it's reasonably cheap. It's reasonably, reasonably priced, I would say. But I would say find the best supplier that you can find, if you will, that, one of the better people that have it, because that's what it comes down to, is what I found. The tinctures, they're good for quick. They respond, your body responds quicker, I believe, with a tincture. But with these, like I've said many times, a lot of times you have to watch, because they'll have alcohol, which can hurt your liver, which can stop the process, and water. So basically, no telling how much water you're getting out of this or how much alcohol. Now, you can buy them alcohol-free, water-free, cold press, hard press, however they do it. But this, again, would be something I would recommend for somebody who has a problem swallowing or something like that, and try to get it to them. The pill forms, the pill stuff, of course, is really good because you ain't got the mess and all that. But what we have found is this powder, it's the best. Now, you can take, what we have done is turn these powders into our own pills. You can buy the veggie caps, and you can buy the little thing. I think it's 20 to 50 pills at a time. You just pour this into the pill, and then instead you trying to mix it in something and wash it around and then drink it on the way to work or the way home or something, and it gets hot, you can just put it in a pill, take your water, your drink with you, take 1 or 2 of them, and then you're ready to go. Any questions or comments before we close it and go to prayer?
Hi, brother. I have a question. So this is all about sage, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, brother. Is it okay to take that at night, or is sage better taken in the daytime?
Usually it's better to take it in the daytime, but we take some at night as well. Some of them, it depends on how your body reacts to it. Some people get like a hard time going, not really a hard time going to sleep, but a reaction of where, because of the brain, it's a helps the brain function. Sometimes they have a hard time falling asleep, either from their brain just won't fall asleep. They're tired, but their brain won't let them go to sleep, or even some um like leg, I wouldn't call them spasms, but like your legs twitching and stuff like that. Your body's just um it just wants to do something. It's like a switch is turned on, and it's ready to think and react and things like that. So I think this is one of them that's better for the morning or even noontime.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good to know.
yeah, hello.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
I
brother.
think sage has a type of vitamin B in there, if I recall, the nutrient, the nutrition, contents I think it has some B vitamin, so that might keep people awake as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I guess you came in a little later. Yeah, but Brother Hosappo was actually going through that. He showed us.
Okay.
He covered all the vitamins, and
Vitamins,
vitamin
yeah,
B was definitely one of them. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, well that's good to know because I definitely don't need anything to keep me up. My switch is hard to turn off at night. So,
Right.
mhm,
but that it helps in the day and all of that, and it gives is a good thing too. So I'll try to take some of it in the daytime.
yeah.
Yes.
And I recall there's another one that's kind of there's a clary sage is a different type, right? Different type
Yes.
of leaf. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah.
All right, thank you. That was my question. Thank you very much.
All right. You're welcome.
So
Well,
how are you,
good.
sir?
Yes. Well, if there isn't any more questions, we are going to turn off the recording and go to the prayer time. So, shalom, and thank you all for showing up and join us for prayer and join us